Hey guys, how's it going? Shinobi here, and today I want to talk about a topic that I saw on the internet. You guys may know a YouTuber named Boogie2988. The video that he made is in the description below. This is kind of a response to Boogie, and just kind of giving my own opinions and everything like that about video games and how they affect pretty much everybody on the planet, all human beings that play video games on the planet. And also I found some interesting facts that I wanted to share with you guys. To give you a brief summary of what his video was about, pretty much there is this senator that had said that he wanted to put taxpayer money towards coming up with studies on seeing how violent video games actually affect the brain of a human being. And for me personally, I've studied psychology for a long time. It's something that I actually thought about getting into other than doing YouTube and everything like that, and it's like maybe something I still might get into, just because I like just that kind of thing of seeing, you know, how the brain ticks, why does somebody do what they do, and just kind of seeing behind that. And I think it's very interesting to myself, so that's why I'm making a video response to give some of my own ideas about this and everything like that, and just kind of give a response to it. And also, I mean, it's something that's been talked about so much over the years, and I feel as being a gamer and somebody that has 10,000 plus subscribers that, you know, obviously you come to my channel for my opinions, not only in video games but in other stuff too, and hopefully my opinions can shed some light on this stuff for you guys, so you can kind of, you know, get a good grasp on what video games really do for you, other than provide you entertainment. That's kind of an obvious one. So I found a couple facts online, just some various websites, some studies that have been done over the years. And so to give you some facts, here they are right here. The first fact is in 2011, customers spent $24.75 billion on video games, hardware, and accessories. That's just last year alone, not 2012, 2011, and this is a study just done last year. That's a ridiculous amount of money, and you have to think to yourself, if there's that much money being spent on video games, that means there's a lot of people that play video games, right? Yeah, you're correct. And I back that up with the next one here, which is the average US household owns at least one dedicated game console, PC, or smartphone. Now, a good amount of people that have smartphones also play games on them. People that have PCs play games on them. People that have game consoles obviously play games on them. And the point that I'm trying to get to you guys is that when a violent crime happens in the world, like what happened for the Sandy shootings, there's always people out there that are going to try and point the finger at something else to say this ridiculous, horrific tragedy had, what is the reason for this? Why did this happen? And that's the question that humans always ask, is why. Humans are very curious, and that's what we do. We want to learn. That is what our brain does. Our brain is a very smart machine, really, that wants to keep gaining knowledge on things, because if something doesn't make sense to you, you want to find out why it doesn't make sense to you. And that's why these people ask these questions. Now, the reason I bring up why there's so many games in every household, why the money that's been spent on games, is because everybody plays games. You have to think about it like this. Today, we are completely different than we were in 1980s and 1990s. Games are such a mainstream thing nowadays, and majority of video games are violent video games. And why is that? Well, when you go to defeat your enemy, you don't sit down and play chess with them. You don't go, oh, this guy's trying to destroy our planet, so let's have a smart discussion on why he shouldn't destroy our planet. No, violent games are fun. That's how it is. And you can see in the background, I just have gameplay of me playing Diablo 3. And it's a game where there's blood and gore and everything like that. And yeah, it just makes it more entertaining. It makes it more fun. And that's kind of the point behind it, is that oh boy, this guy that killed these innocent people that, my heart goes out to, and I'm sure you guys have heard about the story. I'm not going to go too much into it, but this guy that killed all of these people, he just happened to play video games. Oh, really? Because every US household owns some kind of dedicated gaming machine. So, yeah, almost every murderer probably has played video games in their life. So you're just going to blame video games for that? Oh, it must have been video games. Let's destroy a multi-billion-dollar company, multi-billion-dollar organization and blame them. To blame video games for every violent crime that's happened out there just because someone happened to have played a video game. Like I said before, everybody's played video games, and the majority of games are violent, and that's just how it goes. But you have to think about this too. Okay, what are some other things that people like to do? Well, people like to play sports. Well, majority of sports are violent as well. I mean, when I was growing up and I was 12, 13 years old, I played in football leagues, and it was my job to punish the other person on the other team as much as possible. That's essentially what it was. Did I finish a practice and then go home and tackle some kid in my neighborhood because that's what I learnt from playing football? No. That's where you take those frustrations out. For me personally, as a gamer over the years, I see video games as an escape from the harsh reality of things going bad in your life. Some people in their lives, when something bad happens to them throughout their lives, they will take it out on other people. For me personally, and a lot of gamers out there that I know of, I don't know the facts behind this, but this is my opinion, that when they have things bad happen to them in life and they want to escape, maybe they get into an argument with their girlfriend, or maybe they have a bad relationship with their parents, or maybe they got beat up, someone beat them up in high school or something like that. They go home and they play video games and they take their frustrations out there. They go and slay dragons. They go and blow up a zombie. They go and do those things in there because they're not going to do them in real life. You can't really kill a zombie or a dragon in real life, but you know what I'm saying. I'm not going to go home and play Hitman and think in real life that I'm an actual Hitman. No, if I want to be a Hitman, I do it in video games. Because that's legal. Because that's where it's fun. You don't transfer that kind of fun from a video game and then think that it's fun in the real world. So if video games, because they are violent and because everybody plays video games, does that mean that video games is the reason for this? In my opinion, definitely not. Definitely not the reason. I think it's just ludicrous, as I've stated in the video, that just because this guy played StarCraft 2, such a violent video game, and just because this guy, played video games, just happened to have played video games, now video games are at blame. Well, I don't think so, because everybody plays video games. The stats show that everybody plays video games. It's a multi-billion-dollar industry. Let's take a look at some other multi-billion-dollar industries. I've already mentioned sports. What about movies and television? So, because I watched the Avengers, now I'm going to go and, go terrorize a town, and then the Avengers are going to stop me? No, that doesn't happen. They're movies. You go and watch them to escape the reality. If you want that to be your reality, then that is your own prerogative. And that's not what you don't get the idea from movies. Everybody has some idea. If you were going to hurt somebody, you know how to do it. You don't have to look at a video game or a movie or television and get influenced by them. I'm sorry, but the brain does not work that way. You are influenced in some ways, but the more influence that you get from video games and movies and TV are more of just fast reaction and quick thinking, things like that. That's what you gain out of video games. You don't gain the ability to turn into a hitman just because you played Hitman last night. That's just not how it goes. Yeah, maybe you gain a little bit more knowledge on what kind of violence is out there in the world, But just because the world is full of violence doesn't mean you're going to be violent. For me personally, and I'm sure tons of people out there, the world is full of violence. It doesn't mean I'm going to commit those kind of violence. If you're in a world where your life is not very good, or maybe you just need to escape and you need to get some kind of stress relief, you don't go out there and kill people. You go home and you play a video game and you kill Diablo in Diablo 3. Or you kill a boss in World of Warcraft. Or you defend the planet and become the hero in a video game that you play. That's what you do. You don't go off killing people. And I don't think that video games is responsible for that. I just think that people are trying to come up with some easy answer because the brain normally just wants to find out why things are happening the way they are. And some people out there, like this senator, think that there's such an easy answer behind it. And there's not. Some people out there are just twisted. Some people out there have their brains messed up. And just because those people happen to have played video games, like 100% of the planet has, does not mean that that's the reason why they did that. Do your research on why that individual person did what that person did, and then figure it out. Don't just generalize the public because one person did something horrific. It makes absolutely no sense. Those are my opinions. I'd like to hear what you guys have to say in the comments. I know it's a little more of a serious video today. I'm kind of taking a little bit of break from putting out videos like crazy, just because Christmas is right around the corner, and I want to thank you guys for watching. And those are my opinions. Those are my kind of my rants on people that pretty much just think so narrowly, so have so much tunnel vision, and they can't see the real reasons around them on why these people do these things. And it's not video games, because everybody plays video games, and most video games are violent. So just because this person happened to have played a video game does not mean that video games is the reason. Till next time, thanks for watching.